What's up everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today's video is dedicated to dead drop locations in the DMZ and specifically what these are used for, where all 6 of them are located, and some general tips and tricks as to how to get the most benefit out of these. So first things first, dead drops essentially perform 2 very important functions in DMZ. The first one being that they are often used in missions as a location where you either fetch something from or eventually deposit something into. Now, as mentioned, there are 6 of these scattered all around the map. But the second reason why these are quite important is that they serve a way for you to essentially deposit cash and valuables in if you have a fear that you will not be able to successfully extract, or maybe you are just carrying a lot of cash, a lot of valuables on you, and you don't want to risk the opportunity that somebody else might kill you and essentially take those from you. Now, the reason why valuables and cash is important in DMZ is, of course, this lowers your cooldown for your insured slots of weapons. Now, this is very important because while our first insured slot essentially comes back in 2 hours time, if you lose it, this compounds exponentially onto the second slot, which is only available in 4 hours if you die and lose that weapon. So by depositing cash into these boxes or by extracting cash, you are effectively lowering the cooldown of those insured weapons when they are on cooldown, and you can get them back faster after having been downed or having been killed in a bad DMZ run. Now, as mentioned, these dead drop locations are spread all across the map, and there's 6 of them total in the map. Now, these are fixed locations and these dumpsters don't move. So over time, you can learn the location of all 6 of these dead drops, which will make navigating to them and using them that much easier for future drops. Now, starting in the top left corner, I will just briefly show you where each one of these 6 are, and then we'll go into detail with an actual little clip showing you the exact location of all 6 of these. The first one is Rohan Oil up in the left corner here. We do have a dead drop in Al Mazrah City as well. We have one slightly below that in the marshlands. Said City has its own dead drop as well. In the cemetery, or kind of like above the cemetery in a village, there's also a dead drop. And last but not least, above the airport in a village, there is the 6th and final dead drop location. So starting us off with Rohan Oil dead drop, and to the left of the Rohan Oil complex, you will have this small area with a warehouse and a couple of houses around it. The dead drop dumpster is situated in between 2 of these buildings, and you should be able to see it very easily if you're coming from the track side. Then next up, we have the Al Mazrah City dead drop, which is kind of located to the east of the art gallery, essentially in an alley wedged between 2 buildings. So as you're coming from an easterly or westerly direction and over a little bridge on either side, you will notice the dumpster sitting in the alley wedged up against the wall. Then in third place, we have the Marshlands dead drop, which is actually behind this service station. So as you come across this bridge, you'll notice you've got the pumps there and you've got the little service station office there, and right behind that, in between a wall and the office, you will find the dumpster you're looking for. Next up, we have the Said City dead drop dumpster, and this is located behind the mall in this area. So as you come to the eastern side of the mall, you will find 2 dumpsters wedged up against the wall here. The dead drop dumpster is the one on the right. Second last, we have the cemetery dead drop location, and when you look to the south of the map and you have the Al Saman cemetery, right above it you're going to have a fuel station area, and attached to that is going to be a cluster of buildings. So just below the fuel station buildings on your right, you will notice the dumpster against the wall next to a small building that you can enter. Then lastly, we have a dead drop location that's to the north of the airport and clustered around a village with some tires and car wrecks and everything like that burning nearby. There's also a fuel station nearby, so as you make your way through this area, you'll find the dumpster up in the corner next to this dumpy area where you have all these car wrecks and burning tires. And that's going to be all 6 dead drop locations. Be aware that these are always present in every single match of DMZ, and all 6 of them are always at the same location as mentioned. So if you are trying to make sure that your valuables and cash that you have on you counts for your cooldown, and you don't want to risk losing these things if you don't make a successful extraction. Keep these places in mind. Of course, if you are playing the missions in DMZ, you will have to be visiting at least all of these locations once, because a lot of missions task you with finding a specific dead drop and depositing some or other weird item into those. At the moment right now, these dead drop locations only really have those two functionalities, but my suspicion is that they will become much more important as the DMZ develops and as more things get added to the game. So hopefully this helps you always keep those in the back of your mind. But other than that, it's just super important to me that you have a fantastic morning, afternoon, and evening wherever you are in the world. And until next video, fucking cheers.
They want the best of me now, best of me now, best of me now, best of me. They want the best of me now, best of me now, best of me now, best of me.